begin. I know you miffed that I was late again. If I could be on time, you know that I would. But I hardly yell at insurance anymore. Nearly all my files, hell, they're off of the floor. And I skipped organization class because I could. But except for the diary that somehow I missed, except for the contacts that
Okay, well, welcome back, everybody. Love to see your smiling faces. Even though I can't see them, I know they're there. Where are we? We are at, I practiced this, the Raj Al Arab Hotel. No, I got it wrong. What did I get wrong? Oh, the Burj Al Arab Hotel in Dubai. I was almost going to say Burma. Okay. See, this is why I have to have people around me who know what they're talking about. All right. Anyway, that's our backdrop for today. Let's answer the trivia question. The first three people got the answer right. Going to get an autographed copy of Glenn Shapiro's wonderful book, Cold Spring. The question was, what was the original name of Google? And the original name of Google was Backrub. All right, so congratulations to my three winners. You were the first three. Got a lot of right answers, but you were the first three. So you're going to get Glenn's autographed, made out to the Awesome Adjuster book. And for those of you who didn't win, it's a wonderful book. Please go buy it. Okay, enough of that. We're still talking about cooperation. And I mentioned, people will consider your point of view to the degree that you show them you understand their point of view. And what is that? Empathy. And what did I say? We're not too hot at it in claims. We're not too hot at empathy. But then I also mentioned great claims negotiators don't argue with reasons. And I mentioned they never try to prove anyone wrong in order to change their mind. Right? So those three we're going to hang on to. And I mentioned a lot of times I will hear claims people do exactly what I used to do when I was a claims person, is argue with people. Try to change their mind by arguing with them. And any great claims negotiator will tell you, well, it's kind of a waste of time because a lot of people don't like admitting they're wrong. Well, then what do you do when people give you the reasons for why they're not cooperating or even why how much you're going to pay them isn't enough? It's called the acknowledgement step. What is the acknowledgement step? The acknowledgement step is to simply let people know you understand where they're coming from. You understand them. Not that they're right, not that you agree with them, but you understand their point. Why should you do that? Because that's when people start to listen to you. Maxim number one. Once you show someone, I completely understand why you did, and what you did it for, and all your reasons, they tend to drop the defenses and start to listen to you. So every great claims negotiator told me the same thing. Never try to change anyone's mind until you at least show them you understand their point. And that's the acknowledgement step. And what did I say that is? Empathy. And what did I say we're not too good at in claims? We're not too good at empathy. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to let Carl try this again. In the first video I showed you last time, 2 times ago, Carl tried to get a customer to do something but never asked why. They didn't want to. The second one, he asked why, but then started arguing. Let's give Carl one last chance. Let's see if Carl could do any better given our 3 steps. I'm going to go back to Mr. Will, the same situation, but let's see if Carl can apply a little empathy in his process. Okay? Here you go. Hello, Mr. Will.
Hello.
Hi, this is Carl Van giving you a call back. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Hey, we talked a couple weeks ago, and I mentioned that in order to process your claim, we're going to need to get a medical authorization form signed by you. And I've checked my file, and I don't see it yet. So I'm just wondering if you've been able to sign that and send that back.
Yeah, I got it in the mail, and I haven't signed it yet.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask why?
So I talked to a neighbor, and he told me not to sign anything when it comes to like insurance papers. So I just didn't want to sign it yet.
Okay. Well, if you talk to your neighbor, he's someone you respect and you trust him, and he gave you the advice not to sign anything, I can understand why you wouldn't want to sign anything. That makes perfect sense. The purpose of this form is to allow us to get your medical records so we can process your claim. That's the purpose of this form. If you sign the form, send it to me, I'll work hard to gather all your medical records and make sure you're fully compensated, which is what you're entitled to. And, if you want to run that by your neighbor, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Well,
okay? So, I'll look forward to getting the form from you.
Great. I'll go ahead and get that signed then and put it in the mail.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Did that seem a little realistic? Well, I'm not saying it's going to work out like this every time, okay? But was it any better? You'll always have people that no matter what you say, they're not going to cooperate. That's just, it's in them. But a lot of people will respond better to being told, I see your point, than you're wrong. Okay, a lot of people will respond better that way. We have a strong desire to be understood. Human beings, we want to be understood. Have you ever heard anybody say, well, I'll do what you said, but let me just explain why I did that? Why? Because we have a strong desire to be understood. And so the great negotiators will tell you, well, then use that. I was in class one time and a claims person came up to me and said, well, Carl, what are you, some kind of marriage counselor? Because this is exactly what my marriage counselor told me. No, I'm not a marriage counselor. I understand some of the concepts overlap. And one of the concepts that overlap is show people you understand them, okay, before you try to, inflict anything on them or get them to try to change their mind or anything else. First, take the time to show them you understand it, okay? All right, in order to make my point, you don't always have to prove people wrong. A lot of us, we really believe that. You got to prove people wrong in order to change their mind. Well, not really, okay? Now, remember what I told you this cow means. When you see that cow, it means what? Video's coming, right? All right, I'm going to show you a clip here. It's from a movie called A Mighty Wind. And we call this It Would Be. In this scene, you got a director. And he is putting on a stage show, a reunion show. Now, this is a fake documentary. It's not a real, by the same people who did This Is Spinal Tap. Okay, now the director is trying to put on the show, and he's got his customer, the producer of the show, that's his customer, standing behind him. And the customer wants to have a crane that they could attach to the camera to have a nice swooping shot of the audience. Now, the director has a lot of good reasons on why we are not getting a crane. Okay, I'm going to give you 5, and I want you to pick out the top 2. Which would be the 2 best ones to let this guy know we're not getting a crane? What would be the 2 best arguments? Here they are. The first one is it's not in the budget. Second one, even if it was in the budget, we're out of money. Third, we don't have a permit. Fourth, it won't fit on the stage. And 5, we don't even have time. Even if it had anything else, we have got no time. So of those 5, what would be the 2 most effective you would use to change this guy's mind? Hey, we're not getting a crane. Okay? All right. Enjoy.
Tammy, we all set on the pre-record?
Yep,
Good, thanks.
sure thing.
I produced a reunion show before. Before I came to PBN, I did the Good Times reunion, and people said they wanted more close-ups. I want to make sure we get plenty of close-ups here.
I can assure you we have plenty of close-up schedule.
Another thing would be great would be one of those great shots where you pull back to see the enormity of the event and the venue. Would be a crane. Do we have a crane standing by? I can't remember.
No, we don't have a crane.
Wow. Those kind of swooping shots where it goes over the audience and goes, hammers in on a nice tight shot of one of the musicians playing?
Uh-huh.
That would be great.
It would be.
Or when they pull back, kind of like a, California Adventure ride where you get to see the whole scope of the thing. That would be very nice, too.
It would be.
All right. I love that clip. Why argue with the guy at all? Yes, I agree. Yeah, it would be great. It would be wonderful. Now let's move on with business. Right? My point is, even though it seems like it, you really don't have to argue with people as much. You can actually sometimes agree with them. Yes, that would make sense. Now, let's move on. Now, let's get back to the facts. That's my point there. Okay? All right. Well, like I said, always call me anytime, email me. I'll answer any questions you have. I'll go over any information you like. And of course, as always, I'll role play with you. And I'm starting to get calls, so some of you are starting to pay attention. Call me or email me. I really am available. All right? Well, let's do our trivia question. And today's prize is New Orleans style Cajun jambalaya. We're going to send you a mix so you can make your own New Orleans style Cajun jambalaya. And you cannot make New Orleans style Cajun jambalaya. Can't do it unless you're willing to slap your mama. You're gonna have to slap your mama if you want to make great jambalaya mix. Okay? So the first three people who send me the right answer, we're gonna send you some authentic jambalaya mix from New Orleans. Okay? Today's question is about the Big Bang, not the television show, the actual expansion in the universe. The great astronomer, Sir Fred Hoyle, was the individual who dubbed the expansion of the universe the Big Bang. He gets all credit. Why did he call it that? Did he call it that because he was trying to relate it to fireworks? Because he was trying to write a song about it? Or he was trying to make fun of it? Those are your three options. First three people, you're going to get a chance to slap your mama and make some fantastic Cajun jambalaya. Okay? All right. I will see you soon, and we will pick up where we left off today. All right? Take care, everybody. All right. Well, if you like these videos, please hit the like button. Also, please subscribe. And if you would like to be notified when we do put up a new video, please choose the All button under Notifications.
I'm almost certain that's not how you tow a car.
Welcome to our fun claims unit. We make new friends every day. We are always smiling and happy. Where our work just seems like play. Welcome to our fun claims unit. We make new friends every day. We are always smiling and happy. Where work just seems like play. Welcome to our unit.